Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Limitless Life course. Today, we're going to break down sleep made simple. We put together this simple graphic showing those building blocks of health that lead to a limitless life. We have sleep, nutrition, exercise, and de stressing. And you might ask the question, why sleep first? Maybe that seems kind of mundane. So, we're going to dive right into it. There's a wonderful book that I've cited at the end of this called Why We Sleep by Matthew Walker, and the reason I bring that up is because these things that are things that we know based on evidence and research. They're not based on feelings or theories or philosophy. We just know there's a ton of research that supports the benefit of sleep. And so for you, I can't think of anything more profoundly impactful to your life or your performance than getting really good quality sleep. So if you want to dive a little bit deeper, that reference is Why We Sleep by Matthew Walker. It's readily available on Amazon or even at the local library. It's full of information. I do have one little disclaimer that these two slides are pretty busy coming up, but I want you to have them for a reference. So I left all this information in here. We're not going to specifically read through all of these, but we will mention them. So the benefits of better sleep include improved cognitive function, improved emotional health, improved physical health, athletic performance, longevity, and brain health. So it's amazing to me in the office when we're working with patients how many folks have a dramatic improvement in their baseline pain. The reason they're coming to see us just by moving the needle some on improving the quality of their sleep. So we really emphasize this with our patients as a priority. When you don't sleep well, we see the opposite. We see cognitive impairments, you have emotional and mental health issues, physical health problems. There's almost a direct correlation between body pain and poor sleep. Diabetes risk is higher, neurodegenerative diseases are higher, shortened lifespan, safety risks, and body pain, strong correlation. We mentioned that earlier. So, who doesn't want to sleep better? So, let's dive right in. We'll talk about the ways that we try to encourage people to do that. So, this is based again on some really strong research. These are things that can improve the quality of your sleep. Generally, we call this sleep hygiene, and we have a resource for you at the end of this course so you kind of have a summary version of this also. So, tip number one is consistency, and that looks like going to bed at the same time and trying to wake up at the same time every day. And that is probably even on the weekends. We know that if you get your body into that rhythm, it helps with circadian rhythm and the quality of your sleep improves. The next big tip is to try and have your sleeping space cold. So that looks like dropping the thermostat or having the windows open so that the temperature actually feels cold in the room to you. The next tip is to have it be dark. This means you probably need blackout shades if you have windows in your room, and no light. So we try to really focus on before bed winding down so there's no overhead lights, and then when you go to bed make sure there's no lights in the room, completely dark. Exercise timing, it's important. Some people love to work out in the evening, and that's great. I don't want to discourage people from exercising, but sometimes exercising in close proximity to trying to go to bed actually ramps up your body rather than winds it down. And so we try to avoid exercise in close proximity to going to bed. Napping is a little tricky. So if you're not already getting a consistent 8 hours of good quality sleep, napping is probably not a great idea for you because it's going to probably make it hard to get to that quality, good block of sleep. However, if you are getting good quality sleep, a little power nap, like a 15-20 minute nap, can be a pretty good performance booster for you as you're trying to just perform a little bit better throughout the day. Screens. Okay, so your eyes are these light sensors that feed input into your brain. So we know that screens, both TVs, smartphones, computers, all of those things emit blue light, which messes with our circadian rhythm, which messes with our ability to fall asleep and get into our deep sleep and REM sleep. So try to avoid screens at least 2 hours before bed. Caffeine. Uh, okay, so I'm going to make some enemies on this one. I know, but caffeine, the half life of caffeine is 8 hours. So, really, caffeine after lunch is a bad idea because by 8 o'clock at night, if you have coffee at lunchtime, by 8 or 9 o'clock at night, you still have half of that caffeine in your system, which will definitely impact your sleep cycle. Food and drink. Again, trying to give yourself a break, like eat a few hours before you go to sleep. Some people love the late night meal. It's just how their family or how they do it. But we know that eating in close proximity to going to bed probably affects your ability to get into deep sleep. Uh, we recommend, or the research recommends, reserving your bedroom for both for sleep and or sex. We don't like to have people watching TV in their bedroom. Even reading in your bedroom uh, can negatively affect your sleep cycle. So try to reserve it just for sleep and sex. And then the last tip here is to get early morning light exposure. So this looks like waking up and seeing sunshine. I know sometimes in Rochester that can be challenging because we don't get a lot of sunshine, but early light exposure resets your circadian rhythm and helps put you back in a good ability to go to sleep. Okay, homework. We're going to keep it really simple this time. I want you to identify one change you can make this week to improve your sleep and share it in the Limitless Life community. So, again, I'll recap those really quickly for you. Consistency, go to bed cold, um, have it be dark, don't exercise in close proximity to going to bed, no napping if you're not getting 8 quality hours of sleep. Uh, Screens, avoid screens 2 hours before bed, avoid caffeine after probably 11 or 12 o'clock, avoid food and drink in close proximity to bed. No sleep, or reserve your bedroom for sleep and or sex, and get good early morning light exposure. Again, so which one of those do you think will make the biggest difference for you, or are you most out of line with? Let's go ahead and focus on that right now, and go ahead and you can post that up in the Limitless Life community. And we really look forward to seeing the changes that come from this. If you have some big wins on your sleep hygiene or your sleep quality, share that in the share your win section of the Life group. Look forward to seeing you next time. We're going to talk through just making nutrition really simple for you. And that's going to be a great session. As always, I wish you all the best, and here's to your limitless life.